I wish I had never grown up. This line in the song Never Grow Up, performed by Taylor Swift, describes how some of us teenagers would like to go back in time and spend the rest of our lives being children. Our life was so simple back then. Why? When we were still younger, we were innocent because we did not know what was really going on in this real world. In fact, we were busy creating our own imaginary world, which is far from what the real world looks like. Most of the time, we just enjoy ourselves, playing around like there is nothing to worry about. Then here comes the period called adolescence. Sometimes we call it as teenage period, wherein a lot of inevitable changes occur in one's physical, emotional, mental, and social conditions, and whether we like it or not, all of us will go through this stage. Gradually, our body changes as we enter puberty stage. Our bodies begin to have curves. Girls have to go through monthly periods, while boys have to go through probably one of the most memorable experiences of their lives, their circumcision. And the worst of all these changes, in my own opinion, is having pimples, the number one public enemy for some teenagers. Because of these physical changes, we begin to be conscious of our body image and physical appearance. So what we do is to start fixing ourselves by wearing clothes according to the latest trend. Emotional changes also occur in teenagers. Some of the teenagers show mood swings. It is a condition in which an individual experiences a sudden change of emotion from one to another. We also tend to show intense attitude towards others when we are annoyed, even though the reason is too immaterial. A lot of worries and stress also bother us. Often, some of the source of these stress and worries are our everyday activities, family problems, and schoolwork. Challenges, pressure, deadlines, terror teachers. These are some of the things that bother teenagers. We worry so much about things for no clear reason. We are afraid to fail and be a failure. Negative thoughts run in our minds, thinking that we are not capable of doing things the way it should be done. These worries, if not treated well, might lead to depression. Depression is a condition in which a person feels extreme loneliness and hopelessness, being told to act mature and act like an adult, but still being treated like a child. Maturity is a big deal when we talk about growing up. People around us, especially those who are older than us, dictate us what we should do as a grown-up person. In our childhood, our decisions depend on our parents. Now, we make risky decisions without letting our parents know because we do not want them to contradict our decisions nor let them interfere. In other words, we want to show them that we are not children anymore. Many teenagers nowadays are risk-takers and adventurers. Exploring things our own way is our own means of learning lessons in life. Peer pressure, as what an old quotation says, no man is an island. No matter how shy, reclusive, or unsocial you are, it is impossible for you not to have a friend. Since childhood, we have been trained how to interact with others. As we grow up, we develop our social skills and personality, which would be very applicable in gaining new friends. We always have our own choice in choosing whom to be with. Each one of us has different and unique personality. It cannot be denied that there are a lot of similarities between us, considering that we, teenagers, have something in common because we are in the same age bracket, which also means that somehow we can understand each other and relate our own experiences with each other. Peer pressure becomes a problem for a teen when the group that he belongs to does not fit to his characteristics and personality. This problem might be caused by the failure of knowing one's self-identity, thus leading him to a group that is unsuitable for him. When everyone in the group except for one member does not seem to be normal for them, that member would be discriminated. But if he insists to be included in that certain group, he would try to do it even if it's hard just for the sake of belongingness. Family conflicts are also considered as one of the changes in teenagers' life. Compared to a child, a teenager has more understanding when it comes to family conflict. We become more argumentative with our parents because we begin to create our own perspective. When we were still children, we follow what our parents command us to do as quickly as possible and wholeheartedly. But now, it takes a couple of time for us to obey what is being told to us. There are a lot of ways in order to cope up with these changes. Being optimistic would be a very helpful method of coping up. Learn to love yourself so that others will love you too. Challenges and problems will come along the way, but in time, whether you have succeeded or not, it will strengthen you and mold you. No matter how hard these changes might seem, it will still serve as an experience and lesson for us. The lessons taught by these changes will be useful and applicable in the next stages of our lives. Just remember to keep moving forward. Changes in the life of a teenager. This is Bernice the Guzman. Thank you for listening.